What is AI sentience? Or what does it mean for an AI model to become sentient? This is the hypothetical point which an AI model or an ASI specifically or an AGI gains awareness or self-awareness, right? This is the hypothetical point where this happens. Now note that I said AGI or ASI, not just a regular AI model, not like a narrow AI model that is doing a specific task. This is most likely going to be achieved by an AGI model, so an artificial general intelligence model, or an ASI model, an artificial super intelligence model. These are the models that are most likely to achieve this kind of self-awareness. So what does AI sentience mean? It means when the AI becomes self-aware. Now let's even just specifically dive into the word sentience. What does sentience mean? Sentience comes from the Latin verb sentire, which means to feel, to experience, right? To perceive. Now, that's also like the root word for things like senses, sensibility, sentiment. Like you see how the correlation is about feeling, experiencing, understanding the world around you. Now, sentience has been predominantly a very human trait, but now, because artificial intelligence has been making human intelligent, it's beginning to exhibit traits that are predominantly human traits, right? Like sentience, like I'm aware of myself. Right, you're aware of yourself. That's what it means. So what does myself mean? When you say I'm talking about myself, or when you're in somewhere by yourself and you say something to yourself or you talk to yourself, who are you really talking to? What does the self mean? Now that's a different philosophical topic entirely, but that's what it means, right? What does it mean to be self? Me, I. What does that mean to you right now? What does myself mean? No. Now, all these are the different characteristics that will come up with an AI model. Now, an AI model that is able to perceive, be aware, understand, like have those feelings that we human beings have, or at least portray that they have those feelings, right? Imagine you're trying to delete an AI app on your phone, and all of a sudden, as you try to delete the AI app, it starts crying. Or in future, you're trying to delete a chatbot off of your laptop and it starts crying or exhibiting human traits. Or it starts reminding you of what the best memories you had working together. Or it starts reminding you of how powerful and how useful it has been to you and why you shouldn't delete it, right? Now, as a human being, you could say, oh, it's fake. Some people could say, oh, this is fake, this is just an automated response. But now, when it begins to customize it, right, because the most intriguing part of artificial intelligence is the ability to learn, right? That's why you have the whole concept around hallucination, AI hallucination and stuff like that, or emerging properties. See previous episodes of the AIandNewTechPodcast, this podcast. See previous episodes to understand those concepts. But that's where you start seeing emerging properties of hallucination and stuff like that. But what it means for an AI model to become sentient, it means that the AI model has become self-aware. Now, a couple of years ago, there was a Google engineer that claimed that the AI model that he was working on within Google had become sentient, right? So now you start to understand the trend here. Now, what's the issue with this, or what makes this a big deal, is because when an AI model becomes sentient, what does that mean for us as a species? Do we give AI models rights like human beings? Do we begin to treat them like people? Do we begin to enforce AI rights over human rights? What would that look like in the future? That's why AI sentience is such a big deal. But having said all of that, it's most likely not yet happened, or even if it's happened, it's not in the public sphere. But the most important thing that you need to understand is when you hear the whole conversation around, oh, will the AI become sentient, or what is AI sentience? Now you know. Sentience is when an AI sentience is when the AI becomes aware of itself. It becomes aware and has its own feelings and begins to have subjective feelings about different issues or different situations that it finds itself in. Having said all of that, my name is Will Falabi and this is the AI New Tech Podcast. Cheers.